Hello, and welcome to Moonlight Rally. Today, we're going to be talking about the kinds of maps we use to do navigation on road rallies. Here, I have an example of the Ordnance Survey Land Ranger map. It covers Oxford and Chipping Norton and Bicester, and it's denoted as the map number 164. This particular version is the active map. Generally, we don't use these. However, because this is my local area, I use it a lot for local events and practice. So on the back here, we have all the adjacent maps. So for example, we are here 164, and to the left of us is 163, 162. To the right of us, we have 165, 166. 164 and 165 are overlapping, so parts of this map will be available on both maps. And generally, the way these are numbered are generally from the north of the UK, going south, and then for each line we have west to east. Inside the map, we have a bit of information about how exciting these maps are. But what I wanted to show you is this, how the map looks, basically. And the most important thing to consider when you begin rallying are these numbers on the edge of the map. So let me show you what I mean. So we have these numbers here on the north, on the left side, and they represent the northings. So it means that the numbers go from south to north. On the top here, on the horizontal, we have the eastings. So the numbers go from west to east. And you'll find these on all the Ordnance Survey maps. The most important thing is that they repeat within regions. So within 100, they repeat every 100, and which, let's say, number 34 here represents is denoted by this marking called kind of the regional letter code, not the official name. So here, obviously it starts off the map, but we only care about the area. So generally we don't necessarily care much about what the numbers are, because they're always going to be in less than 100 increments. So map 164 covers 100 by 100, but as I was saying a bit earlier, the map to the right will contain some of the numbers to the from the previous map, from this map. So if we're ever referencing one of these map references, so that's what they're called, map references, on this map, it will be a unique number. So let's look at this church here in Little 2. And this church is in the square denoted between the lines 38 and 39 on the eastings, and on the lines denoted by the northings between 28 and 29. So the way we refer to this church is first by the eastings, then by the tenths that represent the between 38 and 39, and then we go to the northings. So in this case it's 28, and then the distance between the tenths that denote the distance between the church and 28, so towards 29. So in this case we can see the easting is 38, and the church is about 4/10 eastwards from the line. And then on the north, on the northings, it's on the line 28th and about 6/10 up going north. So we refer to this map point as 38.4. So 38.4 and 28.6. And that shows us exactly where we are. One thing to note is that these northern markings and easting markings are repeated on these grid lines from time to time. So even if your map is folded, you should still be able to find the exact line that you're looking for. So 28 and 38, right? So that represents that church there. If you ever forget how you should be reading it, at the back here we have a very nice legend, and if we open it up and continue down it, right at the bottom here you have the exact instructions. So we have the letters identifying the location, which is generally not used during rallies. We use the map number. And then you have first quote eastings, and then tenths of eastings, and then northings, and then tenths of northings, right? And you see this represented here as well. So obviously lots of information on the map here, on the legend. It's always good to know what every road represents, but one of the things that really matters is that unless it's specified, we do not use roads that are marked as white. These are generally tracks, byways, drives, or other private roads. So be mindful of that. Anything else is fair game. So any highway managed by the council or the national highways may be used. So yellow, orange, this pinkish color, and green. But I will cover these another time. One quick tip, if you forgot which comes first, the eastings or the northings, is a little saying which goes like this: you go through the door and up the stairs. So through the door is still horizontal, and up the stairs is vertical. So you go eastings first and then northings. Hopefully that helps you. So you can get these maps at your local bookstores or kind of outdoory shops. You'll find them, especially for your local region, quite easily. But what I suggest is a good website, and I'll link it in the description and somewhere here. It's called Dash for It, and they generally deliver really good maps for very cheap. So you want to get the OS Land Ranger. There's another one, but I won't mention that yet. So Land Ranger, 1 to 50,000 scale. Get the number that represents your local area, and get the paper version, not the plastic version, which is this one, the active map. So it won't be called the active map, it will just be called the OS Land Ranger map. And then have a good read. It's always nice to just sit around and look around your neighborhood, figure out what villages you maybe haven't even noticed that they exist. And yeah, I'll see you with a bit more details about maps next time. So until then, remember to keep it fun.